Go.
Hello and welcome to my video. Today we're going to be learning about how to order decimals from least to greatest or greatest to least. So we'll just start with number one. I have two different tricks to make it easier for you, and I will show you both. So I'm just going to start with the first one. So the first trick is to basically transform the decimal numbers into rational numbers. So we do this by, let's start with this one here, 0.09. So we basically put it on a fraction. So 0.9 is number 9. There's two decimals, so that's the hundreds is the least place value. So what you're going to do is write 0.9 out of 100. For the next one, 0.7 is 70 out of 100, and then the next one, 0.3, is 30 out of 100. And now we just need to order them from least to greatest. So it's fairly obvious that 9 is the smallest because it's just number 9, and then you've got 30 and then 70. So how you want to write it is just back to the decimal. 0.9 is smaller than 0.3, and 0.3 is smaller than 0.7. And there you have it. For the second one, and this is the easiest trick I think of them all, what I like to do is basically just add zeros to each of the decimals until they make up the decimal that has the most numbers after it. So for example, this one is to the thousands as a least place value. It has 3 numbers after the decimal point. So we're basically just going to add zeros to the other two to make it so that it has 3 numbers as well. It probably makes no sense right now, but once you see it, you'll understand. So 0.38 becomes 0.380. 0.236 stays the same because it already has 3 decimal numbers. And then 0.4 becomes 0.400 to also give it a total of 3 decimal points. So once we've got that, it's easier to see which number is bigger or smaller than the others. So the 0.36 is the smallest, and then 380 or 0.38, and then 0.40. So you're just going to write it out as 0.236 is smaller than 0.380, and that's smaller, 0.38, and that's smaller than 0.4. So moving on. This one, it's fairly easy because each of these decimal numbers have 2 numbers after the decimal point, so we don't need to add any zeros anywhere. And you can already see what's smaller, which is 0.4, and they're already actually in the order, so we're just going to write it out as 0.04 is smaller than 0.36, and that's smaller than 0.92. And then let's just do one more here. So you get another example, and we'll do it both of the ways I just showed. So to begin, the first way is basically just putting it on a fraction. So we're going to start with 379 on 1,000 because it is at the 1,000 as the least place value. And then 964 already at 1,000. We don't need to change anything there. And then 35. I'm just making sure this is right. 1,000. So you can clearly see that 0.35 is the smallest, then the 379, and then 964. So we're just going to write it out. 0.35 is smaller than 0.379, and that's smaller than 0.964. And then if you wanted to do it the other way, then you just go ahead and do 0.35 and you add a 0. You don't need to add any zeros here because it already has 3 numbers, and then 0.964, and you don't need to add any zeros, and you can see again 350 is smaller than 379, and that's smaller than 964, so it's the exact same answer in order. Personally, I find this way easier. It's just easier for me to understand, but whatever works for you, just go with that. I hope this was understandable enough, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.